Ancient Egypt has fascinated archaeologists for years because it is filled with ancient relics, impressive archaeological structures, mysterious mummies, and many other enigmatic archaeological masterpieces. Researchers have been probing Egypt for a very long time, but in recent times, with access to more advanced technology, many more shocking discoveries have been made, catching the attention of historians, seasoned archaeologists, and enthusiasts from around the world. These discoveries help us to further understand the extent of the technological advancement of our ancient Egyptian ancestors and redefine our understanding of the endless possibilities manifested in this mysterious landscape. Join us as we explore 20 recent archaeological discoveries in Egypt that have sparked global interest. Number 20. The Abados Stargate. Perhaps one of the most fascinating discoveries ever made in ancient Egypt is that of the Abados Stargate, a discovery so enigmatic it has the potential to break every rule of science. The temple at Abados is the oldest necropolis in ancient Egypt and one of the most famous archaeological sites in this ancient landscape. It is said to be the burial site of Egypt's first king, as well as a temple for the worship of Osiris, the Egyptian god of the afterlife, fertility, agriculture, death, and resurrection. Several fascinating discoveries have been made by archaeologists at Abados, but none is as fascinating as the Abados Stargate. Scientists discovered a 10,000-year-old portal to Pharaohs' era, which has been named the Abados Stargate and has the potential to challenge the very laws of science. A stargate is a bridge or a portal which can supposedly transport to order dimensions. The existence of a stargate allows for easy access to other worlds, dimensions, or planets without the use of spaceships or other forms of technology. Scientists have been captivated by the concept of time travel popularized by many Hollywood blockbusters. So for some, the discovery of the portal at Abados seems to be a breakthrough. Is it possible that the ancient Egyptians knew a thing or two about bending time and space? Did the ancient Egyptians crack the code that unlocks the secret door to all the words? A door that many modern scientists are still trying very hard to open, even with the impressive advancement in our technology. We still do not have the answer. However, if the Abados Stargate is exactly what many claim it is, we could be looking at a revolutionary discovery like we've never seen before. Number 19. Ancient tombs in Saqqara. Located on the Nile's west banks, 20 miles south of Cairo, is one of the most enigmatic archaeological sites in Egypt, the Saqqara. This expanse of land, which stretches for 5 miles, offers an array of ancient archaeological structures, including the most famous of all, Djoser's Step Pyramid, which is said to have been built by King Djoser in the 27th century BC. In the fall of 2020, archaeologist Mohammed Yusuf and his team discovered a megatomb not far from the Step Pyramid. As he descended into the shaft, which had not been opened in 2,000 years, both he and his team could not have been prepared for the bewildering sight that awaited them. A statue of the ancient Egyptian god, Osiris, bid them welcome. This intricately designed statue was one of the many mystifying discoveries that would be made in the tomb. As they ventured further, the archaeologists discovered several expensive-looking coffins stacked to the ceiling, as if in a warehouse. They also found dozens of human-shaped boxes, beautifully painted and stacked on top of a limestone sarcophagi. During the excavation of the site, several ancient items were recovered from the megatomb, including coffins numbering to hundreds, several mummies, including mummified cats, individual works of art, a bronze figure of the ancient Egyptian god, Nefertem, among others. The discovery of this megatomb excited many archaeologists who believe that this could open the window into a time when Saqqara was an important center of ancient Egyptian culture. Number 18. Ancient Roman City. In January 2023, archaeologists discovered a perfectly preserved Roman city dated to be over 1,800 years old. The ancient city, which Mustafa Waziri, the Secretary General of Egypt's Supreme Council of Antiquities, described as the oldest and most important city found on the eastern bank of Luxor, has added to the list of many captivating discoveries made in Egypt in recent times. At the site, archaeologists discovered metallurgical workshops, Roman bronze and silver coins, pottery, and a hoard of ancient tools. Although many amazing archaeological finds have been made in Luxor, archaeologists claim that this is the first complete ancient residential city ever discovered in the area. Other fascinating structures found at the site were 2 pigeon towers, which were used to raise carrier pigeons in ancient times. These pigeons served as messengers delivering important information to every part of the Egyptian empire. Excavations are still going on at the site, and more findings are set to be revealed soon. Number 17. Mummified animal remains. During an excavation carried out by archaeologists from the Institute for the Study of the Ancient World, University of New York, in the ancient Egyptian city of Abados, they discovered over 2,000 mummified ram heads. These animal remains, which archaeologists believe are about 4,300 years old, were found in a previously undiscovered storage building located in the temple of King Ramses II, who ruled Egypt between 1279 and 1213 BC. Majority of the ram heads were fleshless skulls. However, some were still covered in bandages and partially preserved. Archaeologists working on the site also found skeletons of other animals, including dogs, cows, wild goats, deer, and an ostrich. Scientists believe that these animals were most likely left as sacrificial offerings to the pharaoh in the afterlife, 1,000 years after his death. Number 16. The tomb of Queen Neath. In an astounding discovery, scientists claim has the potential to rewrite the history of ancient Egyptian royalty as we know it. The tomb of a previously unknown queen has been discovered adjacent to King Tut's tomb. The ancient Queen Neath was the Egyptian goddess of war and the patroness of the city of Sais, and remained a figure of authority and power from the pre-dynastic period till the Romans came. Several legends abound about this mysterious ancient queen. According to some legends, Neath was present during the creation of the world, while some claim she's the mother of the sun god Ra, the father of creation, according to Egyptian mythology. Other stories credit her as the mother of Sobek, the crocodile god, worshipping her as the creator of birth. The discovery of the pyramid is instrumental to understanding the significant roles she played in the administration and spiritual practices of ancient Egypt. Additionally, historians believe that the burial site dates back to the New Kingdom, unlike previous discoveries in the area, which have been linked to the Old Kingdom. Number 15. Geometric Miracle Tunnel. Ancient Egypt is filled with mysteries, unexplainable discoveries, and unanswered questions. One of its most famous mysteries is regarding the location of the tomb of Cleopatra, which has eluded archaeologists for years. However, a recent discovery may offer the much-needed breakthrough for scientists. During the excavations and exploration of a temple in the ancient ruins of Tapos Iris Magna on the coast of Egypt in 2022, archaeologists uncovered a spectacular, vast tunnel, which has been dubbed a geometric miracle due to its impressive design and construction. The leading archaeologist, Kathleen Martinez, from the University of Santo Domingo in the Dominican Republic, along with her colleagues, uncovered the enigmatic structure 43 feet below the ground. The tunnel, which stands at over 6 feet tall, is said to have been cut through a remarkable 4,281 feet of sandstone. According to Dr. Mustafa Waziri, the Secretary General of the Supreme Council for Archaeology, archaeological survey of the toenail revealed that a part of it was submerged under the Mediterranean water, and several pottery vessels and poultry tractors were found in the mud sediments. Archaeologists who have been searching for the lost tomb of Queen Cleopatra VI and her lover Mark Antony are convinced that the tunnel could be a huge lead in the search for the lost tomb. This is due to the fact that the temple under which the tunnel was discovered was dedicated to Osiris, the ancient Egyptian god of the afterlife, and his queen Isis, who is believed to have strong ties with the famous Queen Cleopatra. Number 14. Hidden chamber in the Great Pyramid. The Great Pyramid has fascinated scientists, scholars, and Egyptologists for a very long time. Its mysterious contents, strange architecture, and mysterious origin raise more questions than answers. Even though archaeologists have been uncovering mysterious artifacts in the Great Pyramid since the 1830s, it seems there is more that we have not uncovered about this magnificent architectural masterpiece. Recent advancements in technology has led to the discovery of a hidden 30-foot corridor within the pyramid, a section which was sealed off and remained unknown to archaeologists until now. Using the revolutionary, non-invasive cosmic ray imaging technology, an X-ray-like device which scans the pyramid and is powerful enough to penetrate through the thick walls, revealing the previously secluded section. Archaeologists believe that the architect who designed the pyramids included the secret chambers in order to protect valuable artifacts buried with the king from looters. After discovering the chamber, the scientists were able to view what the inside looked like lifelike using a Japanese endoscope. This mysterious corridor, according to some scientists, was built in order to distribute the weight of the pyramid, or as passages into other hidden chambers. However, the contents of the secret chamber, as well as what lies beyond the stone walls, remain a mystery. Number 13. Ancient mummification workshops. Mummies are an integral part of ancient Egyptian culture, with scientists postulating that over 70 million mummies were throughout its 3,000 years history. Throughout our study of ancient Egypt in modern times, we have been able to decipher the names of the compounds used in this mummification process. However, we do not know what compounds exactly they refer to, that is, until recently. In the Saqqara necropolis south of Cairo, archaeologists have discovered 2 ruins of what used to be an embalming workshop for humans and animals. In the workshop, scientists found well-labeled containers filled with embalming liquid of all kinds, measuring containers, gilded sarcophagi, among other items. The workshop also featured several rooms, equipped with stone beds, on which the bodies were supposedly laid to be mummified. This breathtaking discovery revealed the extensive chemical knowledge possessed by ancient Egyptians, as they seemed to know what substance was perfect for preserving each body part. Scientists also discovered that some of the substances used in the mummification process were not sourced for within Egypt and were likely brought in from the Mediterranean, Southeast Asia, and possibly the tropical regions of Africa. Number 12. The gold-covered mummy. Still in Saqqara, which appears to be the site of most of the archaeological discoveries on this list, researchers made an astonishing discovery of a gold-covered mummy, known to be the oldest Egyptian mummy covered in gold. The well-preserved mummy was found in a sealed stone sarcophagus down a 50-foot shaft. This 4,300-year-old tomb is said to be the one of the oldest and most complete non-royalty burial sites ever found in Egypt, connecting the ancient kings with the people who lived around them. 3 other tombs were discovered in the shaft, the largest one belonging to Khnumjedef, who scientists believe was a priest, an inspector, and the supervisor of nobles in his time. Another tomb belonging to Mary, a senior palace official with the title Secret Keeper, was also found close to the site of the gold-covered mummy. The third tomb, which was filled with some of the largest statues found in the area, belongs to a writer and judge named Fatek. Number 11. Mysterious hieroglyphics. Hieroglyphics, or wall carvings, are integral parts of ancient Egyptian culture, found in almost every ancient structure in Egypt. These mysterious structures have gone a long way in helping us understand the lifestyle, spiritual practices, and important personalities of ancient Egypt. Many of these ancient carvings tell stories. Some stand as warnings, while others depict ancient gods and the rituals offered to them. Sometimes, in the search for the truth about the past, archaeologists come across some mystifying carvings, which cannot be easily decoded and seem out of place. One of such hieroglyphics was discovered in the Temple of Seti, an Egyptian pharaoh who ruled from 1290 to 1279 BC and son of Ramses. The strange carvings, which includes a depiction of a futuristic helicopter and some other modern objects that couldn't possibly have existed in ancient Egypt, has confounded historians, because how could ancient Egyptians carve these modern machines into their walls thousands of years ago when they couldn't have possibly come in contact with them? To explain this enigma, many turn to extraterrestrial influence, spawning theories that the helicopters were in fact space vehicles through which the extraterrestrial creatures visited Earth in ancient times, possibly interacting with the ancient Egyptians, sharing their knowledge and their well-advanced technology. Some also propose a theory stating time travel as the source of these hieroglyphics. These 2 theories are further corroborated by the recent discovery of what many believe is an ancient Stargate, a portal between worlds capable of making interstellar travel faster and easier. However, many seasoned archaeologists believe that these strange carvings were probably created by overlapping hieroglyphics and are not as mysterious as many make them out to be. No conclusions have been reached concerning the source of these strange hieroglyphics, and their source and meaning remain an unsolved mystery. Number 10. The mysterious Falcon Shrine. Ancient Egypt was an intensely spiritual place, filled with strange spiritual practices and rituals aimed at connecting the ancient with the divine. Through careful study of this ancient landscape, scientists have been able to identify and interpret several strange rituals that were common in those days. Archaeologists from the Polish Center of Mediterranean Archaeology and the University of Delaware have uncovered a fascinating shrine filled with the remains of 15 headless falcons, as well as monuments of two unknown gods, dating back to over 1,700 years. The discovery was made at an ancient Egyptian port on the Red Sea known as Berenike. According to scientists, the decapitation of the falcons was part of a life offering to the gods, whose monuments were also found at the site. Animal sacrifice is an integral part of ancient Egyptian culture, and many other sites have been found with mummified animal remains. But the discovery of this peculiar site fascinated archaeologists. To further deepen the mystery, archaeologists found a pillar in one of the rooms of the shrine, which had a Greek inscription or needs that translate to, "It is proper to boil a head in here." Three ancient deities were also depicted on the pillar: Harpocrates of Coptus, known as the child god, and two other mysterious deities whose names scientists have not been able to decipher. Archaeologists also found other animal remains, including remains of mammals, fish, and eggshells, which they believe were also offerings to the gods. Number 9. Royal Antiquities of Luxor Temple. Archaeologists working at the Luxor Temple in February 2022 have uncovered a collection of royal antiquities during an excavation mission in the area where the ancient temple is located. Some of the important relics discovered at the sites include honorary plaque which dates back to the New Kingdom and depicts two pharaohs, Thutmose IV and Amenhotep III, presenting offerings to Amun, the ancient Egyptian god of wind, while he was sitting on the throne. This ancient art piece pictured King Thutmose IV offering bread to the god, and King Amenhotep II with incense in his right hand and offering water with his left hand. Another interesting piece that was discovered as a site was an offering table, made out of limestone in the form of a bowl, with holes carved into it for placing pots. Scientists believe that the offering table dates back to the Roman era and was also reused as part of a lintel for the entrance to a temple. Other items were discovered during the excavation, including offering pots made out of limestone, granite bowls, along with large amounts of lentils and wheat. Excavations are currently still ongoing at the site, and archaeologists hope to discover even more interesting finds. Number 8. Zeus Temple. In another testament to its diverse spirituality, archaeologists have finally unearthed ancient ruins of a temple dedicated to the famous Greek god, Zeus. According to the Egyptian Tourism and Antiquities Ministry, the ruins of the ancient temple were found in Tel El Farma, also known as Pelusi an archaeological site in northwestern Sinai. The site, which dates back to the late Pharaonic periods and is also believed to have been used during the Byzantine era, was first discovered in early 1900s by French Egyptologist Jean Clédat. He found inscriptions written in ancient Greek showing the existence of the temple, but no excavations were done on the site at the time. On the site, archaeologists found red granite blocks, columns that were more than 25 feet tall, and a lintel that is believed to have been used to build the temple's gate. Inscriptions found at the site indicated that the temple was renovated by the Roman Emperor Hadrian in the early 2nd century AD. The discovery of this ancient temple follows a string of groundbreaking archaeological discoveries made in Egypt in the past couple of years, which authorities hope will help revive its ailing tourism industry. Number 7. Mummies with golden tongue. In what is considered one of the most fascinating discoveries in recent times, archaeologists have uncovered ancient Egyptian mummies buried with golden tongues inserted into their mouths. This interesting discovery was made in the Kiwizna Necropolis, an ancient burial site located about 40 miles south of Cairo. According to archaeologists, this mystifying discovery was made twice, once in El Banyasa, which is about 136 miles south of Cairo, and the other in Alexandria. The mummies, which were discovered in November 2022, were said to be about 2,500 and 2,000 years old, respectively. Egyptologists believe that the gold tongues, which were used to replace their original tongue, would allow the dead to speak with Osiris, the Egyptian god of death and the afterlife, in order to gain access to the underworld. Number 6. Protective childbirth tattoos. Researchers from the University of Missouri and Johns Hopkins University have discovered a spiritual practice that was popular in ancient Egypt while studying two mummies recovered from tombs in the ancient town of Deir el-Medina on the west bank of the Nile River. These two female mummies were said to have strange tattoos on their lower backs and other spots on their bodies. Marie Keyes Arnett and Ann Austin, the two scientists who made the discovery, described the tattoos and their purpose. According to them, them, back in ancient Egypt, it was common practice for pregnant women to have these markings on their bodies in order to protect them during childbirth. Some of the tattoos were depictions of a bowl, a purification ritual, and the Egyptian god Bees, who was known for protecting women and children, especially during childbirth. Several figurines were also found at the site where the mummies were excavated, having the same markings that were on the bodies of the women, further strengthening the theory of the researchers about the purpose of the tattoos. Now it's time for today's subscriber pick. With the recent discovery of supposed ancient portals like Abados Stargate, scientists have reasons to believe that the ancient Egyptians were able to push beyond the boundaries of science, experiencing realities that we have only been able to recreate in sci-fi movies. If the postulations about the ancient Stargate turn out to be fact, it could redefine everything scientists ever believed about time travel, contact with other dimensions, and many other scientific realities that only exist within the realm of fantasy. Do you believe the ancient Egyptians learned how to bend space and time, or is this just another exaggerated story? Let us know in the comments. Number 5. The water tunnels of Tapos Iris. Ancient Egypt was filled with bright minds who devised ingenious ways to solve their problems, built impressive architectural pieces, many of which amazes archaeologists today every time they are discovered. One of such discoveries, a tunnel beneath an ancient temple in the city of Tapos Iris Magna, west of Alexandria, which was used to distribute water to thousands of people. The tunnel, which is said to be 6.6 foot high and 4,281 foot long, was discovered by a team of Egyptian archaeologists working with archaeologists from the Dominican Republic. Ancient Egyptian engineers, in their usual impressive fashion, built this water tunnel 60 feet beneath the ground as a channel to supply water to the over 20,000 population of Tapos Iris Magna at the time. Scientists also stated that the water tunnel is an exact replica of the Eupalinos tunnel in Greece, which according to many archaeologists is considered to be one of the most important engineering achievements made in ancient times. Number 4. El Asasif Cache. Back in 2019, archaeologists made a discovery that has been described by many international media outlets as the biggest archaeological discovery made in Egypt in a century, known as the El Asasif Cache. This interesting find includes a collection of 30 colored wooden coffins, which were surprisingly found intact. Ancient necropolis contained mummies of 23 adult males, 5 adult females, and 2 children, all well preserved, sealed, and perfectly stacked in 2 levels. The first level consisted of 18 coffins, and the second included 12, making it the first large human coffin cache archaeologists have discovered since the end of the 19th century. The coffins were beautifully decorated with carvings and designs, including scenes from the Book of the Dead and a series of spells that supposedly help the souls of the departed navigate through the afterlife. Number 3. The Sacred Animals Cache. During excavations in the Cemetery of Animals, archaeologists headed by Mustafa Waziri uncovered a huge collection of animal statues of diverse shapes and sizes. The groundbreaking find included 75 statues of cats made of wood and bronze, 25 wooden boxes decorated with hieroglyphs of cat mummies, and several wooden statues of animals, including small crocodiles and the mongoose. A statue of the ancient Egyptian god Anubis was also found at the site, along with wooden statues of Order Egyptian deities. This wild collection of statues also includes 73 bronze statues of Osiris, the Egyptian god of the underworld, along with 11 statues of the goddess Sekhmet. Perhaps the most interesting find at this site is the discovery of the first mummified lions ever found, which archaeologists believe may belong to lion cubs. This interesting discovery has attracted worldwide attention, with over 40 foreign ambassadors, along with business and media personnel present at the announcement of the discovery in 2019. Number 2. Gold mine in the desert. In 2020, a gold mine estimated to be worth more than 1 million ounces of gold was discovered in the eastern desert of Cairo. This astounding discovery is located in the concession area of Shala Tin Company for Mineral Resources. Authorities believe that this gold mine, which has a 95% extraction rate, is worth more than $1 billion. This astounding discovery has attracted lots of international attention and has brought a huge boost to the money industry of Egypt. As of 2020, gold has been discovered in over 110 120 ancient sites in Egypt, from old mines to newly discovered ones. The discovery has attracted many foreign investors, and indirect investment is estimated to increase from about $375 million to $1 billion in 2030. Number 1. Lifelike mummy portraits. To top our list, we explore amazing lifelike mummy portrait discovered by archaeologists working in the Fayum region of Egypt. According to authorities, the impressive portraits were found on coffins during excavations in a large underground building constructed in catacomb style. The site dates back to the Ptolemaic and Roman periods and was discovered as part of a cemetery at the Garza archaeological site. These mummy portraits are paintings made of the dead, which strangely were done while the person was still alive. Several of the mummy portraits were painted on wood and date back to the 1st century BC. Mummy portraits are famous for their extreme realism and beauty, but are also very rare to find. Before this discovery, the last one ever found was over 115 years ago. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.